Hello, welcome to Take It to the Market. This is our Ask the Experts series, and we have a wonderful expert today. This is Cornell McBride Jr. I'm going to share just a little bit about Mr. Cornell McBride Jr. Cornell began working in the family business at the very young age of 8. And after receiving his Bachelor of Science in Marketing from Howard University, his professional path with McBride Research Laboratories began. Cornell worked in every department at MRL, including R&D, sales, education, marketing, information technology, distribution, and finance. His entrepreneurial spirit, strong work ethic, and foresight earned him the position of general manager in 1990. As general manager, his hands-on approach helped foster teamwork, distribution channels, and community involvement for the company. One of Cornell's proudest moments while working as the general manager was securing the right to operate a Design Essentials hair salon in the Olympic Village to service athletes from all over the world during the 1996 Olympic Games. For 20 years, Cornell worked diligently to push the company to be among one of the top brands within the industry. In 2010, CEO and founder of MRL, Cornell McBride Sr., passed the baton to Cornell Jr., naming him the president of the company. Since working as the president of MRL, the company and Cornell have received a plethora of awards, including the Atlanta Business Chronicle's Small Business Person of the Year Award, Sheen Magazine's Legacy Torch Award, DeKalb Chamber of Commerce's Business of the Year Award, and NAACP's Benjamin L. Hooks Business Award nomination, just to name a few. Cornell's business leadership and thought leadership has also been featured in numerous media outlets, including Black Enterprise Magazine, Essence, Madame Noor, OTC Business Magazine, Hype Hair, Sheen Magazine, Control Magazine, and School for Startups podcast, to name a few. Now, Cornell is sought out for his knowledge and experience as an in-demand thought leader. Cornell has been featured as the keynote speaker for the Beauty Institute's 2019 graduation, featured presenter at MogulCon, an annual conference for women entrepreneurs, and main event speaker at the Natural Hair Industry Convention, to name a few. His experience and longevity in the industry proved to be a valuable resource for those wanting to break into the beauty industry and beyond. Focused on our MRL's global expansion, nurturing ethnic hair care around the world. Award-winning entrepreneur, motivational business speaker, and media guru, Cornell McBride Jr. serves as the visionary and president of McBride Research Laboratories, MRL. Cornell's contributions and leadership of MRL has led to the innovation of many products within the company's primary lines, Design Essentials, Salon System, and Design Essentials Natural, which have made MRL renowned for being a global leader in manufacturing hair care products for both salon professionals and multicultural consumers for 30 years. You guys are going to get some great wisdom today from an expert in the beauty industry. Welcome, Cornell. We are so glad to have you.
Hey, man. Well, thank you for coming. We really appreciate your time, brother. I mean, we really do.
Right.
We're really excited. And I was listening to Raquel read that bio, and I was like, man, you started at the age of 8?
Yeah, I was listening to her read that bio, and I said, oh, that's nice, Raquel. I appreciate all of that.
I'm like, goodness.
It started at the age of 8. I did start at the age of 8. And every time I hear that, I'm like, why am I still working? You know, that's a problem. You know, I should be retired right now. You know, I mean, geez, I need to talk to my father because that's unfair. And what they would not tell you, what I did not put in there, so y'all need to know this and talk to him. He paid me $2 a week. Can you believe that? I'll never forget that. And because he knew I was going to buy candy. And that was back then, you could buy candy for a nickel and for some penny, like the little Mary Janes and
that's right.
the little 9-liters, $2, and you could have candy for days. See, that I realize now that was unfair. because he knew I was just gonna go get a bunch of candy, and that was plenty for me, and I would be happy. So I realized what he did to me, and I need to talk to him about that. Yes, $2 a week is what I received.
He had you in training. Eight years old. So hey guys, you know about their famous brand, Design Essentials. As a matter of fact, we have it in our salon, well, in my salon, and that brand is actually worldwide. And it's so anyway, hey guys, we're going to get into it. Hey, I have $1 million idea and I want to license or I want to sell it to a big company. So Cornell, let's just dive right in. The first question.
Okay.
What are the top 3 things that that you're looking for when a new item come across your desk to perhaps license? When a person bring up a mention or idea or concept and they want to license it with you or sell it to your company, what are the top 3 things you or your marketing department is looking for in that particular product?
One is it has to be some level of uniqueness, something that's truly different, versus something that is already there before. So we like to have something unique. If you have a patent, we prefer something that has more of a utility patent, because versus I forget the other type of patent, but utility patent, that's what we prefer. And then also a level of proof of concept is what we prefer as well, versus I have an idea, it's hard to pitch just an idea or concept to someone. You have to move it so far along the way, meaning you need to develop it, you need to have the patent in place, and then you need to have some level of proof of concept showing that there's a market for the product or the concept that you've developed. And so for me, that's what I look for to even start to have a conversation.
So man, you pretty much answered all the questions. You did that pretty quick. So well, you know what? Hey guys, let me show you something. This is a product here. It's called the Multi-Wand. I don't know if you guys, I'm sure to the television audience.
Right.
The Multi-Wand here.
Yeah, the Multi-Wand. Can they see that? I can't see it. I cannot see it. There you go. Yeah. Nice concept.
Yeah. So this is a product. Hey guys, this is an item that we actually did some partnering with Cornell McBride and his group. And this is also the Fusion line, the bonnet, I'm sure to the television audience. And right here. So that moves me into my next question. So I was going to ask you, how well developed do a product need to be before you guys would consider taking on, can a person come to you, can an inventor come to you and have a really great idea, can have an idea in their mind, or they can really have a great prototype, but it's just not fully developed. So how well developed do a product needs to be before you guys will even consider that product?
Yeah, I mean, you do have a lot of individuals out there who have ideas, and capital constraints make it difficult to bring the idea to market to fruition. And that's one of the biggest challenges in the business is some level of capital constraints. Yeah. For us as a company at the same time, we do have our business that we're operating, right? And because we have our business that we are operating, we do not want to participate in that early stage of trying to do the development side for a concept. Right. Versus you've moved it along and I can say, wait a minute, this plugs into what I'm currently doing. You have a product, you have proof of concept. Now I can turn around and put this into an existing distribution network that I currently have, or put it onto my particular platform. So when you come to someone, they want it as easy as possible. Yeah. Right. You don't want to, if you're going to come to someone making them invest, asking them to invest, the simpler it is, the less work they have to do. Right. Yeah. It's better. It's easier for them to really bring on that product or adopt it because they don't want to put the time and energy into it like that because they have their own business that they're running, they're operating their own brand. But if it fits, right, and if you've done all of the work, and then all they have to do is either buy it from you and plug it into their existing network or system, then it makes it easier. But anything that's just a new idea or concept, it has to be extremely unique. And 30 years in business, I have heard a lot of different ideas, concepts. Trust me.
I know you have, because one of the things I gathered from that too, what you were saying, that is, and working with you guys, and that is a product really has to be new, better, different.
Correct.
Yes. That a lot. I learned that with you guys, and also, what you just said, proof of concept. If you don't have proof of concept, then you can't really truly understand where that product's going to go. You see,
right?
And it takes a lot of risk from you guys. If you got someone.
It does, and I think about remember we did the cool cap?
Yeah.
Now, and I'm gonna tell you, some of these things, not that it's a bad idea, it could be bad strategy, bad execution, right? Idea could be great, because I think back some of the things we discussed from when you did your machine for color.
The QD 2000.
Yeah, great
Yeah,
idea. You follow, everyone loves it, but that's not it. But it has to get to the market. You
that's
follow
right.
me? Just like the cool cap. I've never seen a product where when you under the dryer for half the drying time. Now, most people do not like going in the dryer. They do not like all of the heat,
That's right.
right? But when you take it out into the market, the disconnect is the channel in which you're selling, which we're selling into the professional community. The professional community didn't see the value in the price for the cap and what it was delivering to their customer, right? Even though it would cut the drying time in half, even though it made the customer more comfortable under the dryer, they did not adopt the cap, which is astonishing to me because it has solved the problem for the customer, but the price barrier to the professional they felt was too high, right? So that's the idea of a good idea.
Yeah.
But then as you move along, either it was price, marketing, or something disrupted that idea.
Wow. So price positioning,
yes,
is key. So let me ask you a question when it comes to, I know you've already kind of touched a little bit on a patent side. So if a person comes to you and, hey guys, this is the patent right here from the multi-wand. So you guys,
the multi-wand, right?
So if a company, if an inventor comes to you or a person with a great idea, and here again, they don't have a patent on, haven't executed an application, they don't have a utility patent or a design patent on the product. And at that point, it's at risk, or it's going to be exposed. You guys are going to get a chance to see what the invention is. So when you guys consider, so if that inventor that's watching today or listening today, and that person want to present it to you guys, but they haven't executed no type of application on the product or utility patent or design patent, will you guys still look at the product?
Yeah, I mean, I will say that if we believe something truly extraordinary and unique, we will look at it. And if we believe if they believe it's extraordinary and unique, they will help and invest in the patent itself, right? So for us, if we truly believe in that concept, at that point we would definitely invest in the patent and help that inventor along the way. But it has to be truly extraordinary, unique, or at least you have to be able to sell that make sure it aligns with that company and their distribution and what they're trying to accomplish. And I think that's another example, I believe, of an item that we've created. It was unique. It was different. It definitely solves a problem. But once again, when it moves forward into channel, it's like, okay, what is the challenge into channel? And I think that's an example of distribution, right? Meaning that for us, when we took it, our distributors understand really how to promote it and to sell it, right? And so that's why you can have an idea, but you still have to have a story behind it, and you still have to have distribution, because there are a lot of great ideas, like a great movie, that's sitting on the editing floor, right? It just never makes it to the marketplace.
Wow, that was good. So let me ask you now, this is just off the top of my head. I was thinking, I'm feeling like an inventor right now. So I remember sitting in that office right there many times. When I did my first pitch to you, believe it or not, I was shaking like a leaf. So let me ask you this. So if an inventor comes to you, we're all paranoid about the idea. We think it's just going to make millions of dollars. And so will you guys consider signing a non-disclosure agreement? So if I present it to you and I'm nervous about someone taking my idea, will you at least sign an NDA?
Oh yes, always. We're signing an NDA with you. Like I said, I see stuff all the time, and as we were talking, hopefully you don't care if I kind of share some of the things I've seen over the years. I remember this is not in the industry. I have two, but this one is not in the industry. I thought this was a unique idea. So this guy had this machine that he found in China that you take, and his vision was to recycle plastic, right? And the plastic converts back into gasoline. And then the machine was a desktop machine, and he could demonstrate it. He would put the plastic in the machine right on your desktop, and then next thing you know, on the other side was gasoline. And so this was truly pure grade gasoline, but it was a machine. It was a desktop version. So his vision was to create a more industrial size, right, and then have all the recycled plastic go to the industrial facility, and then convert all recycled. I mean, all recycled plastic does really convert back into gasoline. I thought it was a great idea. I signed the non-disclosure and all of that, but I don't know what happened after that, because, like I said, think about it. All the issues we have with plastic and recycled plastic. And if you Google this right now to this day, you will see this machine out of China that can actually recycle plastic, right, and turn it into gasoline. And you ask yourself, well, what is the limitation of scaling up to industrial size, and what challenge that he actually faced? But to answer your question, yes, when he sat down and he presented it, we had to sign a non-disclosure agreement
Wow.
on that particular concept.
So last question on my side. I know Raquel got a couple questions. Well, that was good stuff, man. Wow. So let me ask you this. So when it comes to, if a person brings an invention to you, idea, whatever, will you guys fully, I guess if you guys, if it passed all of you guys' criteria, all the different things that you're looking for,
yes,
will you guys fully finance the idea?
Yes, I think anytime you go and present as an inventor, trust me, if the idea is good enough, someone's gonna spend the money.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Now you have to find the right person who believes the idea is good. It's a great idea. But if it is, yes, you will find that person to do that for you and to invest. So we've done all types before.
Yeah.
We've made investments into concepts even before there may not have been a proof of concepts. And other times we've decided to wait until it was more developed and the concept was established. So it just depends. But ideally, we prefer to have the concept established.
Wow, okay. So, all right. So I'm gonna pass it on to my lovely wife here. She got a couple of questions. Honey, go ahead.
Hey, Cornell, good nuggets of advice for our listeners in regards to the products that they would like to see come onto the marketplace with their ideas. And a question that I know that we even had this question when we're working with companies. Do you do in-house testing or focus groups for new products in your industry category? And just kind of give an example in regards to that.
So for us, our research and development is an ongoing process, and it has multiple inputs. So the input can come from marketing, the input could come from sales, it could come from R&D. So the R&D team, where the product is made, they're always just making new ideas, right? All the time. The marketing team may go do some, they know marketing, they're gonna do some formal research and they're gonna come up with some ideas and they're gonna send it over, right? So that's one input. And then the sales team is gonna see something out in the field and say, hey, this product is really selling. And that's another input. And I'm gonna say this, right? Everything doesn't have to be unique. Copying is okay, right? I'm gonna tell you that. I'm gonna tell you that right now. There's nothing wrong with copying. You know, if I need to copy that, I'm gonna go copy that. If it's selling, why do I need to reinvent the wheel? No, you do not. I tell the first thing in R&D and marketing, we don't have to reinvent the wheel.
That's right.
No, we do not. Find the thing that's selling the most of, and then say we want to make something like that. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's just as simple as that. You know, because something that is new and inventive is truly unique. That's different. That's I won't say once in a lifetime, but that's really, really different when it's truly uniquely different. Right. Versus most concept is going to be a variation of something that already exists. Right? All these natural hair products, they could tell you all the things about it. But when Stay Soft Roll was made, it was made with glycerin and water and something else. And you ask yourself, what's in all these natural products? Glycerin. You follow me? So just, and that's in the 70s. You understand what I'm saying? But the products, people don't know the product formulas are basically the same, but the story has changed, right? That's the difference. The story and what you're saying has changed. And so at the end of the day, it really gets down into how well you tell the story versus how you're always trying to find something unique and different. You can make a product that's the same product, but as long as you tell a great story, you're going to sell a lot of that product.
And kind of share a little bit about the story and how to develop that story, because some of the consumers, I mean, I guess they wouldn't know, our listeners would not know as far as what goes into place to even research to get a good story.
So really story is just really about understanding how to touch on emotions, right? And how to appeal to that particular audience, right? And you don't have to directly appeal and say, I want to sell your product, right?
That's right.
No, that's not what you're trying to do. Just go straight to the sale. Sale is the outcome of doing something else well, right? That's the benefit. So doing something else well becomes, well, why did I tell you the story or the reason about my inspiration on why I purchased this product? Why is it dear? Why I made this product? Why it's dear and near to me? It's dear and near to me because of a personal experience, and then share that personal experience, whether it's a loved one, whether it's a friend, or whatever the case may be. What motivated you to kind of create this product, right? And was there some type of greater need? Was there some purpose that you were fulfilling, or was there some benefit for someone else, or were you trying to help someone? That is what you do. That's how you really build this product. Because at the end of the day, I am buying the product, but I am also buying that story. I am buying the why behind your product.
Oh, that's great. I love that. The why behind the product.
Mhm.
Let me go ahead to the next question.
Hold on, let me say something.
Oh,
I
you
want
wanna
to
say
show
something?
something. I want to
Okay.
surprise Cornell with something.
Okay.
I know he's looking like, what is he talking? So, when you guys, when Raquel was talking about focus group,
Mhm.
I remember you remember that?
Yes. Mhm.
This is the multi one that we put in I'm gonna show it to the audience there. We
Mhm.
brought it to you guys. But hey, let me show you something. I want you guys to see this, how well we brought it to them. So you guys can see here.
Right.
Bam.
Mhm.
Huge.
Right.
And you can see, so you can
Right.
see when the big guys get over, when the small guy, bam,
Mhm.
and then the
Mhm.
big guy.
Right.
You guys can see it
Right.
right there.
Mhm.
It's a good product. I'm gonna tell you right now. We use
Oh, it is.
for
It is a good product.
That's
So
great.
that's really nice stuff there as far as using the big guys as your research and development department.
Mhm.
We
Oh,
do that.
definitely.
Go ahead.
That's true. The next question is, what is your take on getting a product into a big box store like Walmart or Sally's?
Oh, really?
What are the top 3 things you know that a buyer is looking for in a product?
First of all, let's talk about what is my take on it.
Yes.
Right.
What's your
I
take on
think
that?
we need to understand retail is cachet. In today's market, if you
Mhm.
can sell online on your own website and Shopify and on Amazon, being in Walmart is about bragging. It's about cachet. Let's keep it real. It's about, oh, I'm in Walmart, I'm in Target. No, because of what it takes to go do business there and what it puts on your operation early on in a business versus if you're doing well and selling on your website and selling on Amazon and you're profitable and you can grow I know someone who does 100 million on Amazon, right?
Wow.
So people don't even realize the size of the business is taking place. If that is the case, why am I trying to run off to a brick and mortar, right, and spend time and energy, give up all of my points? I have all these different hurdle standards, things of that nature that I have to meet. Okay, versus right now in the early phase, if I am making, it's not making money and cash flowing. If I'm making money and cash flowing on my website and Amazon, you have to kind of rethink. Yeah, I'm gonna go into a Walmart or a Sally's into Target. Yes, I go there when they come knock on my door. Right? Let them come knock on your door because that means that you've caught their attention versus I'm going to beg and knock on their door and understand, well, who holds the cards, right?
Wow.
When you're knocking on their door, they hold the cards. When they're knocking on your door, you hold the cards, right? When you knock on their door, you're going to give up more of your margins. When they knock on your door, you're giving up less of your margins. It's just as simple as that, right? So for me, I think those establishments are great. So if you're going to go, you should go when there's a certain part of your business already established, right? And meaning that let's say you're doing Amazon and doing your web and you do retail, but still 75% of your business is web and Amazon, on 25% is retail. Okay, I'm fine. Only 20 at risk is I control 75% of my overall business anyway. This retail is great. It's a bonus. It is a plus, right? It's only 25% of my business. As my business continue to grow, the web and Amazon is always going to outgrow that retail. You follow me? So if that's the case, right, then it's okay, but it's only 25% of my business, then that's when you do it because I have this part settled. Now, what it takes to do business in these channels, normally you have to have some level of representation like a broker, someone to represent you depending on the size of your business. Some people do end up with a direct relationship and may not use a broker, but to me, a broker is someone who can just it makes the transition of doing business with a retailer easier. Someone who knows how to do business with that particular retail establishment, because you don't want to try to learn on the fly because they do not have time for that, right? All they want is if I give you this space, is the product show up when it's supposed to show up. Simple as that. I want if you have to put the information, because there's some back office stuff and putting information in system and all that. I don't have time to teach you all of that.
Right.
This is a grown-up type of situation, right? You come do business with me, it's very clear this is how it works. So, I think you have to be prepared for that because the strains and the burden on the business is a little bit different, and the tolerance is almost at zero, right? You have to ship it on time. It's supposed to arrive on time, and if it doesn't arrive on time, there's a penalty for it, right? Which means now it's costing you more money, right? So if you're going to do it, then you need to understand your exposure. You need to understand your cost. You need to understand your ability to ship on a timely manner. You need to understand all of that because now you're introducing new work process, a new cost to your business versus when you were just shipping it. online yourself and shipping it to Amazon. Those are two different worlds, you know, even when it comes to collecting, right? Your money online and Amazon come much faster than that retailer, you know. So now you're talking about your cash and turns and things of that nature. So there are pluses and minuses to retail. And I'm not saying you should never do it, but if you ask me today, first and foremost, I'll focus on the web. I'll focus on Amazon, and then I would do my analysis and understand what type of relationship is required to do business with them. And normally it's going to, I need to find that representative. And trust me, every retailer has some broker representative, and that broker representative will school me on what is required to do business with that retailer. And that person will make sure that I am prepared to move forward.
Yeah, I can remember when we, man, you're right, because that's good. That's great stuff. And when we had our baby product, and we were so excited to get into a brick and mortar store, just to get into Toys R Us and Babies R Us. I mean, we was jumping up and down, but the big problem that I found is to stay in there. That was the challenge.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
I have a good friend of mine. He's a matter of fact, he's a broker. He always say that the two challenging things is, well, one of the things I found that, two of the things I found that when it comes to just the invention process is the two most difficult things that you're going to run into, and that is finding the money and getting into a store. You can solve those two problems.
Yes.
Then I got a friend of mine, and he always talked about that buyers look for ways not to buy your product. And I was like, man, that might be true. You know, so that's some of the things that we found out as far as dealing with brick and mortar stores and dealing with buyers. I think you guys.
And that's why I like the new wave of thinking in regards to how we're able to now sell online and have your own store.
Correct.
And push it through that way and capitalize on just marketing in the social media and those different outlets. Can you share a little bit how the social media aspect of getting a product has really helped build that story with your design essentials brands?
Yeah, I mean, social media is about a community. So social media is one of those ones around connectivity. And because of e-commerce and digital, and what it's doing is putting information at your fingertips, right? And so information travels much quicker. It's at lightning speed. It's right at your fingertips. And so now brands beyond traditional marketing, consumers want to know more. They want to know a bit about your purpose, but they want to know more about the people behind the brand, right? And that's what social media allows a person to kind of peek behind the curtain, to share about who you are and what we are. And that's about creating the connectivity. And so one day I was listening to a podcast about that, and it was talking about, it's not Jose Cuervo, what is the Patron? And Patron had this social media, I was going to say a concept, but you know, you had these personas, and they had two personas, and it was called the bros and the nos, right? And so the bros were individuals who believed in the lifestyle and the coolness. They would go to a bar and they would order the bottle service of Patron, right? So this coolness, this lifestyle. So they understood that was persona. The nos were the people who wanted to know how it was made, right? You know, how do they make, you know, where does the plant come from? How it's made? Take us to the factory. And so then once they created those two personas, then they understood how to kind of feed that information. So the person who was a nose persona, then I'm going to tell you information about how the product is made. And that's all you're going to get from me through my CRM and through my email campaign. The ones who are the bros persona, then I'm going to show you images about lifestyle at a club and bottle service, right? And so that's what social media becomes, is that as you're engaging your community, you start to understand their personas and who they are. And then once you understand their personas and who they are, then you shape your messaging to that persona, even though the story could be similar to saying, but it needs to come to them in a way in which it fits their persona. And that's why social media is important, because one, it allows you to get to this community, allows you to create the persona. It allows you now to communicate to people specifically what they want to know, versus traditionally in marketing, I'm going to give you one idea, one concept, I'm going to blast it all out there. No, that's not where we are today. It's no, I need to be very targeted and specific to your attitudes, to your interests, and your opinions. And so now we're getting to more what we call a psychographic versus the demographics, right? Before it's about demographic, Black, age, income, and all that kind of stuff. Right. That is great. No, what is your interest? What's your attitude? What's your opinion? Then now let's figure that out. And once I know that and I understand that you fit this particular group, that's how we communicate And having a social media platform and anything that's digital, whether it's your web, your email, all of that stuff is tied together because it allows you to communicate directly to that constituent about things that are of interest to them.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic. And the other question that I said, what goes into pricing and packaging a product to sell in a competitive market?
I mean, really, it's about how you want to present your brand. And so we start with design essentials. Our brand is a premium brand. We believe that we put the right investment in R&D and formulation and things of that nature. So anything design essentials to the end consumer is always going to be $10 and up, right? That starts with our positioning and as a brand. Then when it gets into packaging, you want to understand the appeal. So one of the most recent things we did, we were in a gray bottle, and we from a 8-ounce gray bottle to a 12-ounce clear bottle. So in the market analysis, we started to understand, yes, we need a little bit more value out of you. So what we do is we have what we call a brand perception study. And within the brand perception study, they said, hey, we like your brand, but it's expensive. You follow me? Okay, we get it. It is. So how do you solve for expensive? Well, what we did was we just gave you 4 ounces free. So the price is still the same, but we upsized it to 12 ounces to kind of solve to deliver more value to the consumer. Then the other thing we did was we put into clear packaging because clear packaging is a form of transparency, right? Versus before it was in the gray packaging. Now you can see what you're buying, right? And so market research lets you understand those two things, right? So now we made it transparent. We did some other package design because we felt that our gray packaging was a little excessive. It's a little dark sitting on the shelf. And so we try to lighten it up and liven it up a little bit by going to the clear and lightening the gray tones. And so these are the things that you do because one, you make changes according to what the consumer is telling you if you're doing a brand perception study. And we do one every single year because we want to make sure we hear from our consumers, and then we adjust or we make the adjustment according to what they have to say. And so we changed packaging this year by going to the clear bottle, 12-ounce size. And then we actually changed the language on the packaging to simplify it and make sure it was clear. And we did some other things. We added pumps. So now when you receive the product, everything has a pump that's in the 12-ounce size. And so those are little nuanced differences, that we may not understand, but those little nuanced differences give you some type of unique positioning in the marketplace.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic. The last thing that I wanted to actually ask you is, what are your last words of advice for taking a product in the hair and beauty industry to the market?
All right. Well, what I would say is it all starts with your passion, right? I think whatever your passion or whatever your desire is, you can be successful at it, right? So there isn't from blue collar to white collar. It doesn't even matter what you're doing. If you're hauling trash, if you're cutting grass, you can ascend up to the top if you are passionate, and you can become very successful.
That's right.
Right? You can ascend to the top. And then, of course, success is your definition, because it should really starts with joy and happiness, right? And if it starts with joy and happiness, whatever you desire, whatever you're doing become easy. So I say you start with that, right? And so if you truly have a passion about something, your idea, your concept about a particular market, it has to kind of start there. And then once we know you have a passion, now you can have a passion, but it has to actually be an idea that can manifest itself. But in order for the idea to manifest itself, the next thing you have to understand, okay, well, the reason business sales fail is because of cash flow, right? You don't want to start off into an industry or start off making a product and you're struggling with cash flow. Well, the best way you do solve that problem, and I always say this because cash is always the issue, is that if you start a business and you know what your living expenses are for 12 months or 24 months, right? The best thing you want, the easiest thing is to have that sitting in the bank when you start a business. And if your living expenses are sitting at 12 to 24 months of living expenses are sitting in the bank, that is the runway you have for your business. Because now you don't have to take a salary, right? Now you're not dealing with mentally, I'm trying to create my concept and worry about the finances and the money. No, mentally, I need to be focused on developing this product, taking this market, selling and distribution, not in my mind thinking about how the bills are going to get paid. Those two things do not work together, right? So you have to have the passion, and then you have to have the finance to take any product to market. And I believe most ideas are great ideas. You follow me? It's just they tend to run out of gas or stumble on the financial side of it,
That's
right?
true.
And so if you solve your financial problem and you're truly passionate about it, then you're going to enjoy doing what you're doing. When you enjoy what you do, the people you engage, they see it, and they come to you like they attract to you like a magnet, right? And that's why it makes it easy to sell your concept, because they see the passion and they're going to buy you your passion and your product.
Oh, wow. That is fantastic.
Wow, man, man, that's good stuff. That's really, I'm sitting here just thinking and writing down, taking notes. That is the runway to your success. It's putting that money back. You're right, because there's a lot of stress on you when you know you don't have all the money.
There's a lot of stress.
Stressing out.
A lot of stress.
Wow.
Yes,
So
for sure.
Well, we want to thank you so very much for participating in our Take It to the Market, Ask the Expert series.
Okay, well, thank you.
Yes, and we want to make sure that you support Design Essentials. Make sure you go to www.designessentials.com to look at all the fabulous products that Cornell McBride Jr., president of MRL McBride Research Laboratories, in the house today.
Thanks. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you all inviting me out, and you all doing this podcast. I think it's needed. I think there are a lot of ideas, and you already know there's just a lot of ideas out there, but it's direction that's needed, right? Direction and real advice is what's needed. And if with the right direction and right advice, a lot of these individuals be successful. So I just want to thank you for what you're doing. I applaud you for that.
all right.
Thank you.
All right, guys. This is Antonio Anderson.
And I'm Raquel Lett Anderson.
And guess what, guys? We'll see you.
We'll see you on the other side.
All right.
Hey guys, we just had the president of Design Essentials on our show, on the Take It to the Market show. And he gave us a wealth, honey. He gave us a wealth of information. So hopefully you guys can go back and you can see it on our YouTube channel, or you can hear it again. You can listen to it on our podcast. Let me say this. One of the things that he did say that really stayed with me, and that is, if you got a great invention or idea and you want to put it out there on the market, the first thing he said, you got to make sure you have a serious passion for what you're doing. If you got a passion for it, then you might be okay. The second thing that's really hit me hard, and that is, as far as the finance side, that's one of the biggest problems that people have when it comes to financing their dream, their product, or whatever. And that is, you run out of money, you run out of gas. And so one of the things that he said, that if you're going to start your business, if you're going to start that invention, that idea, which you might have, make sure you have at least 6 to 12 months of income put away. So that way you have money in place to pay those bills. All right. So those are the two things. And he said a lot of stuff. I mean, he went into a lot of stuff. So, honey, what was your takeaway?
One thing that I really, really enjoyed listening to him is how he is a marketer, as you can see. But the main thing is that Cornell was able to share with us in the up-to-date times as far as how you market the product versus how we did a lot of things a long time ago. And today, with the digital aspect of it, you can have your own. You don't have to worry so much as far as about getting into that brick and mortar. Have that passion, create that story, focus on the demographics, not the demographics, but he said the psychographics of that niche market. When it takes into place as far as using that social media, I think our young people, they are brilliant. They are so brilliant at building up their audience, making sure that they use the interests and lifestyles of their particular market to be able to put those pictures out there, be able to put their products out there to be shown. The Kardashians, they're huge at honing in onto their niche and sticking to it and making millions and millions of dollars. Stop being afraid. That's what we want to tell you. We want to tell you that you can build an organic following of people that you can sell your product to. Have that money saved up, like he said, so you can be focused in on that passion and that story. Those are the key things that I took away from this. I am so overwhelmed at being able to share how to take a product to the market. That was the first guest. We have some fantastic guests that are coming. This is in the hair and beauty industry, which is a multi-billion-dollar industry. We're going to have other experts where you'll be able to see. We'll make sure that we have notes. We want you to like and subscribe on YouTube, as well as to continue to share our podcast, take it to the market, because people need to know this information. Antonio and I have been in this business for way over 30 years, as well as you can see that Cornell McBride Jr. has had his business. And the success and the amount of information that you are able to receive, use it for your benefit and go for it. Go for it. But be knowledgeable and have that wisdom, like he said. Don't dip and jump in all these different markets and spend unnecessary money. Plan. Have a plan of action and stick with that plan of action and get the experts like we are with Take It to the Market. We're bringing you the real truth. That's what we're bringing you. We're going to bring you truths to be able to help you get to that next level of success where you can look back and say, well done, well done. That passion is going to, and we ask you to pay it forward by just submitting, liking, subscribing, and telling other people about what's going on so we can continue to build a community of thought-provoking leaders. You guys got it. You have the digital. You can, this is going to go all over the world. And we want you to be able to have your own business, develop a product from the start, find out what needs to take place with that passion that you have, and listen to experts, get that wisdom, and then from there, take it to the market.
Hey guys, so I have one last thing that I want to say, and that is, literally, one of the things that Cornell said, and that is your passion is the runway to your success. Your passion is the runway to your success. I want to say that again. So remember, as an inventor myself, I've developed a lot of products. So your passion is going to get you to where you need to go. So, hey guys, one of the things I want you to know, and that is I want you to go to our I want you to click this link here on our channel here. And I want you to go to that website. Okay, go to our website. When you click that link, you're going to I want you to sign up. Let me say that. Sign up for our master licensing class. Guys, if you think this is something, honey, if they think that was something, we have a wealth of information that you're going to get in our master licensing class. And you're going to get a free thing today. You're going to get actually a free copy of our Take It to the Market book, The Invention Process Made Easy. So you're going to get that automatically. So here again, I want you to click this link. I want you to go to that site. I want you to sign up for our master licensing class. So meaning that how you're going to sell a product, how you're going to take that product to market to a big company, how you're going to sell it, how you're going to license it to a big guy. Okay, remember that there's two people. You got the licensee and the licensor. The inventor is the licensor. That's you. That's me. And then that big company is Cornell, McBride. That is the licensee. So how are you going to sell it to them? You see, we're going to give you all that. We're going to give you the ingredients, the secrets on how to do that. How do we do that with the multi-one? How do we do that with the Fusion line of products and many other things? So here again, I want you to go there, click that link. And so, honey, I think we can just leave it right there. This is Antonio Anderson.
And I'm Raquel Anderson. And this is Take It to the Market.